Hey guys, it's Cameron here. I am starting a series of videos to show you guys my honest, real experience attempting to dropship things on Facebook Marketplace. You're just gonna be following along with me figuring things out, trying to find the best resources possible, learning from mistakes, growing, and just honestly figuring this whole thing out. I guess I'm starting my own series on it because I'm sick of watching crappy YouTube videos of people trying to sell me a course and giving me little nuggets of information that are like tempting me to buy things from them. And even the ones that aren't like that, it just sounds like it sounds like they're reading a script off their computer where they're like, "Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about how you can make this much money, and this is how I'm going to do it. So stick around and smash my like button." It's like, you know what? We know how that shit works. Just stop. So I'm making these for people like me who are probably like you, who really just want real information, honest answers. I'm going to show you my honest profits, what I'm making, how long I'm doing it, what kind of things I'm listing, just so you can see what actual growth from somebody who has no idea what they're doing from start to finish and learning along the way. So far, just so you know a little bit about me, I don't know, I haven't drop shipped before this. I've been doing this on Facebook Marketplace for about a week and a half, so I have some information to give you now to start with, so you can just kind of see like, okay, well, this guy did it this way, and here's what he's made so far. I've done it for a week and a half. I've listed only about 30 things. I went really hard for like the first 3 days, and I got lazy because I got busy with like my actual job and everything. Still list every once in a while. And, I noticed at first I was getting some messages, but nobody was really buying anything. And I started to doubt everything and be like, oh man, no wonder I'm getting the baby information from these YouTube videos, because most of these videos you see online, they're somebody telling you the really, really basics so that you can be intrigued by it, and then you feel like you're missing out some of the information, and you kind of get that hint. So then you go and buy their $500 course, and then I don't know what happens from there, because I'm not about to buy somebody's course. But if you watch enough videos, you can kind of piece some things together and realize what's happening and kind of get some good information and then some bad information. So I'm using the information I've gathered from hours and hours of watching stuff and trying to figure it out. And just so far, my experience, I know it's only been a week and a half, but I've got some experience now, and you can follow along and pretty much do the same exact thing I'm doing. And if you learn stuff, comment and tell me like, "Oh man, you shouldn't have done that. That was stupid." Or like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that. How about this? Like, have you tried this?" And we'll all just kind of learn together. So Facebook Marketplace is super easy. And I apologize, I'm going to ramble all over the place because I literally have like some topics. I didn't like write a script. I just am like, oh yeah, I need to touch on that. So speaking of Facebook Marketplace, somebody's asking me if I can go lower on something. No, I can't go lower on anything. Where was I? Anyway, week and a half. I've sold 2 things so far, which is kind of cool. I just sold them, and I want to give you guys realistic expectations as to what you're going to experience when you sell something. So far, like you may have seen, a lot of videos that I watch show that it's going to be so easy. You just got to list things, and everybody who's going to buy something, they're going to be the people who don't message you. They're just going to hit the buy button, and then you just got to rake in profits. It's like, well, so far that's not the experience I've had. I've sold 2 things, and one of them has been a pain in the ass so far, and it was my first thing that I sold. Because the customer messaged me for like 3 days straight and like told me she was going to buy something, didn't buy it, and then she'd ask me more questions about stuff, and I'd answer, be really polite and customer servicey because, I want her to have confidence. I'm not some just douche on the internet selling her stuff. At least I'm trying not to be. But I listed like a $300 bed from Walmart. And speaking of Walmart, that's the beginner baby steps into this stuff. A lot of people just sell crap on Walmart. I'm sure it's like super saturated with people selling stuff on Walmart. But so far, I've sold 2 things off of it. And when I move on from Walmart, I will let you know. I have listed some stuff off Amazon. Haven't sold anything from Amazon. And I've also heard over and over again that Amazon is not a smart thing to do, but I'm testing it myself so that I can give an honest answer on if it sucks or not, because so far Walmart's kind of sucked. So, but Walmart's been doable and I've actually sold things. So let me do the Amazon first. I mean, feel free to do it, but I've heard it's a pain and gives you shipping problems and all sorts of stuff, but I want to experience that myself. Let me take that risk for you and I'll update you once I have an issue or if I have success. Anyway, I listed there was a $250 bed on Walmart, like a bed frame, a kid's bed frame. I listed it for $299, knowing that I would have to pay like taxes on it and that there would be a 5% Facebook selling fee. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to get $50 profit. I'm going to get like half of that or so. This person finally decided to buy this after coaxing her along for like 3 days. And then she sent me a screenshot of her phone and it said, oh, you can't pay through Facebook for some odd reason. Sorry. And then she sent me that and I'm like, damn, this person's ready to buy and Facebook won't even let her buy it. Not because Facebook doesn't want her to, but just because there's some kind of issue. Luckily, she asked me, can you take Venmo? I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Now, the problem with that is that you're not going to be able to, since you're not buying it through Facebook, you're not going to be able to enter the tracking information through Facebook for her to follow through the app. At this point, you're like doing it Craigslist style. And there's a lot less confidence and a lot less trust, built because she can't resort to the app. She can't complain to Facebook if it doesn't happen correctly. I mean, I guess she could, but they're not going to be able to track anything and see that transactions took place. But she paid me through Venmo. So I used a credit card on Walmart, bought the item. When she finally piddled around to buying it, it was Friday. And I've been trying to get her to buy it in the middle of the week so that I could hopefully get the tracking number before the weekend happened. But sure enough, she bought it on Friday. And then it's now Tuesday and I just got the tracking information today. So she paid some random dude online $300 that she has no way of like requesting a return for. At least, I don't know if Venmo has that or not, but it's a lot less legitimate than if she bought it through Facebook where they have buyer protection. So, me trying to be responsible, and I want her to make sure that she feels like safe in the situation. She didn't just throw away $300. I'm updating her, and you can tell she's starting to be a little less peppy in her conversation, a little more like, hey, has this shipped yet? And, I sent her a long message reassuring her all these things that I've talked to support and all, eventually I just told her straight up that, I buy these items from another place to ship directly to you. I didn't say I'm a drop shipper. I didn't use those words or say that I'm a reseller. I just say this is where I get my inventory and they are having a shipping issue. It just made it sound a little bit more legitimate. And she was happy with that information. So far, that one transaction, not only did I have to talk to the customer for days, then there was a payment issue, and then there was a tracking number issue. So it all over the place. That transaction sucked, but a little bonus, because she paid me through Venmo, I didn't have to pay the 5% Facebook fee for selling the item. So I actually got like $49 in profit. And what I'm doing so far, because I know that I'm going to want to probably start an LLC at some point. If you've never done that, it's not as big of a deal as it sounds. It's literally like you have to pay a fee on your city's website, and then now you have a tax ID number, and that's it. And you can open a bank account with that number, and that's my only goal. So far, I've sold 2 items, one $49 profit and one like $10 or $15 profit. It was a doghouse. That person did not have to message me. They just bought it. Which was nice, so 50-50 on that. But my goal is to build up the profits, pay for the LLC. I still need to look at what it costs. I already have a separate LLC because I have another business. And I think it cost me like $130, $150 to start that. So I'm just building up some profit so I can start the LLC so that I can start having these transactions go through a separate bank account that's not my personal, because that's not really smart to do. I'm just doing it temporarily. Which still isn't smart, but that's how I'm doing it, and I'm telling you guys my honest journey through this crap. So, The reason I want to do that, start an LLC, is because if you think about it, I have to buy a product for $300, right? Or I get money for a $300 product, but I have to buy a $250 product in order to ship it to them. Well, if that happens, legitimately through Facebook, Facebook's going to send me a tax document at the end of the year saying all the income I made. And on paper, it's going to look like I made $300 when really I only made like $50 because I had to buy an item as an expense. So if I have a tax ID and all these transactions can be verified, I can write off as an expense the $250 purchase of the item as if I was a brick and mortar store that had to buy inventory to then resell it at a markup. Same concept. So in the end, I want to be taxed on $50, not taxed on $300, because that's dumb. I'm not really making that much profit if I'm faking it. Like, just there's some things you have to think about is, if you don't do it a little bit legitimate, you're actually, at the end of the day, you're not making that much profit because you're getting taxed on everything. And on top of that, I haven't done it yet, but you can apply for a reseller tax exemption. So I'm still looking into that part. I know to some people that might be obvious what to do. I just know I got to fill out a bunch of forms for different states and stuff, I think. So I'll keep you updated on that. But that actually keeps you from paying sales tax on anything. And the buyer is the one who ends up with the sales tax. So that ups your, profit that you make because you're not actually paying for profit up front or for taxes up front when you purchase the item too, which is nice. But anyway, that's what's happened so far. Again, I'm going to give you earnings updates as I go. So far, like I said, some of these videos are going to be really informal because I'm not going to put too much fluff in here. I'm not going to edit them like crazy unless I have a bunch of time, because I'd rather get these videos out to you than waste a bunch of time making them perfect and then never getting them out because I get busy. That's the nature of my beast. I'll put some thought into the thumbnail so that it's not super, when you come across it's not the most boring looking thumbnail ever. But these videos are probably just going to be me recording them, trimming off the ends when I'm like, oh, is it going? And then just uploading it. So if you want to follow along, subscribe to me. Of course, I'm going to do the stupid YouTuber thing where I'm like, subscribe, all that stuff. Either way, follow along. I'd love for you to subscribe and let me know what information you're like, oh man, you didn't say this and you said you're going to, or I'd like to know more about this, or can you make a whole video showing me how to do this? And I'll make those things. First video number 1 of me having you follow along with my Facebook marketplace journey. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.